Sorry. Alright. Okay. So now I'm actually playing game, because game playing is what I'm trying to stream. Okay. I have Zulus. Very Natsukashi. English. I don't remember how to... I haven't played any quick games. I don't think I've ever played a quick game before. I kind of want to. Standard. Let's go! Yeah! Woo! Anyway, throw back to my childhood. I'm excited. It's gonna be either really good or really bad. Like, yeah. Definitely gonna be militaristic though, and I'm not very good at militaristic, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, I meant to put on Raging Barbarians and forgot. Yes, my barbarians will not be raging, which will make my life easier, which isn't really what I need. Like, I'm trying to learn to use military effectively. So, a friend of mine pointed out that making the game harder is a better way to learn it faster, and he's kind of right, at least judging by my experience with music games, which isn't really the same thing at all. But like, I've got this love-hate relationship with strategy games, mostly love, just a little bit of hate, because I love them, they're awesome, but ooh, that's a nice starting spot. Anyway, I love strategy games. They're probably my favorite kind of game ever. But if I'm being completely honest, I'm really not that good at them. Ooh, damn it. I kind of wish well, I wasn't going to move and build anything. Anyway, I have coast nearby. That's cool. Hopefully it's not a lake. I was saying something and completely lost my train of thought because of the time of day. I want mining for the copper. I think I'd rather have stone, which means masonry. Which means mining anyway. Alright, well, hey, 2 birds with 1 stone, or 2 birds with 2 stones instead of 2 birds with 3 stones or something. I'm gonna go to next turn. What was I saying? You get to listen to me do sleepy, rambly stuff, because I really should be going to bed. But I'm not going to. So, ha 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 ha. Oh, hey, I have 2 people watching. That's cool. Hey, guys, how are you? Explore! Hey, exploring is worth it. Next turn! The first part of a Civ game is always... Like, I don't want to say it's boring, because I don't feel like it's boring. It's just time moves quickly. And not just because the earlier turns are worth more years than the later turns. In the ruins, you find the treasures of an ancient empire. Money! I'm not used to it actually popping up a window like that. Like, lately I've only been playing Civ multiplayer, which has been pretty awesome, I won't lie. Up until recently, I rarely had people to play Civ with. I was kind of glad that... Was it Civ 4 or Civ 5? I've played the Civ games ever since the first one, and I've just completely forgotten what was added when. Well, except for things like the big changes they made in Civ 5. Hex maps! Stuff like that. But, in general, I've played the Civ games for so long and so much that I don't remember when things got added. But anyway, when it used to be that there wasn't that there was no point in playing a multiplayer game. Multiplayer was fun, but it was, all the turns were sequential, so you couldn't really have, I mean, you could have 5 people playing. Yeah, Spearman. You could have multiple people, you could be playing like a 3 or 4 playing game. Civ 5 does look a lot different, Deep Flame. I have it on strategic mode, which can be flipped back and forth. This view is very pretty, and it gets really cool to watch your town grow and grow and grow and grow. But when I first started playing Civ 5, I had an older laptop that didn't actually meet the required specs for the game. And so this mode, this graphically less intensive mode, was the only way that I could play the game. Yeah, that graphical mode is really nice, and if you flip, if I flip to it real quick, this, town name thingy here is a lot more descriptive. Like, it shows you your town size here. This is how many turns I have left, 1 until the city grows. The star means it's the capital city. This is the city's defense rating. This is how many turns it's going to take to build this. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff here, which is, and if it's, once you get into gods and kings and start having religions, the first expansion, you have religions. Like, once I get a pantheon or religion started, it will show up on this as well. If I go into strategic mode, I have a much easier look at the map. Like, where exactly, these are I mean, like, you can see hills and forests and stuff. But, like, I can see I got firs here, and this here, and there's a river here. It's really easy to tell what everything is, especially when it gets crowded later on. But, yeah. Anyway, if you've only played up to Civ 4, with Civ 5, they did some really neat stuff. They, like, if you played 1 through 4, you would have noticed that, nice to meet you. Let's just say goodbye. Like, from Civ 1 to Civ 4, they added stuff every game, and this was great. Yeah, 2 was one of my favorites as well. 4 added some neat stuff, but 2 is really special. Like, I went back and tried to play 1 when that Civilization box set came out all the way up to 4, and oh god, the old interface. What terribleness. But I must have only met them first by, like, a hex. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Oh, but anyway, like, up through Civ 4, they just added more stuff every game, which was awesome because there was more stuff every game. But after a while, they must have decided that, like, there was some baggage that came with all that stuff they'd added, and it's like the tech tree eventually got kind of convoluted, and so with Civ 5, they kind of rebuilt the game from the ground up. It's still basically the same thing, but they, like, you can see, like, there's, obvious change number 1, hex grid instead of a square-based grid. Like, because even when it's isometric, it's still square-based. And units can no longer be stacked. Like, you can't have more than 1 military unit in a hex. You can't have more than 1 civil unit on a hex. Civil units are things like workers and settlers. You can have 1 military and 1 civil unit on a hex. So I can't have a settler and a worker on the same hex, but I can have an axeman and a settler on the same hex. Which is great for being able to protect your settlers, because otherwise, that would suck. But, why you taking so long? Please get things by. Do I actually want a settler next? But anyway, so, like, with Civ 5, it's not just that. That had a huge advantage. Oh, and another thing, ranged units actually attack from multiple hexes away. So, unit positioning is a lot more important in this game. I mean, you can't just stack 50 units on top of each other in one space and just move your army that way. Your army actually has to, like, spread out and surround things, and you get bonuses for surrounding things, and it's great. I think it really added a lot to the gameplay with that. Oh, they made it easier to go up and down in the game. That's so nice. Oh, yeah. Tank blobs. Let's see. So there's stuff like that. And there's some things they've added, like, natural wonders give you bonuses if you find them, in addition to the world wonders you can build and stuff like that. Oh, next turn. But they redid the tech tree, so it's a little more streamlined now, but still has a lot of the, like, idealistic improvements they've made to it over the course of the games. The tech tree is actually really pretty in this. Actually, I put this to that open tech tree. And one thing that I like, I don't know if you noticed me doing this earlier. I usually go for cultural victories. I'm not that good at the military aspects. So I haven't played with aerial units all that much, honestly. But last game that I played, I had a bunch of airplanes, and we didn't get far enough, and I was playing with a friend of mine, and we were a team versus the rest of the world, and he kind of steamrolled everything with his German armies before I could get my cultural or tech victory. And so as far as we got with aeronautics, like, the planes we had to be stationed either in cities or on battle carriers. But one thing I like that's just a really neat UI improvement is that Like, I knew I wanted masonry, so I selected masonry, and it automatically started working on mining, because it was a prerequisite for masonry. Like, if I came over here and was like, I want to do construction, it's queued up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the technologies in the order that I would need to go to get to them. Which is amazing. I love it. I love a good UI design so much. But like, social policies work different than they used to. Social policies are actually how you get your victory, and this ideology thing is new for the new expansion, so I'm not quite sure how this works, except that once I get technologically advanced enough, I can pick an ideology. But these social policy trees, like every turn, you get a certain amount of culture that gets generated, and there are buildings that generate more culture, and some civilizations are better for generating culture and that sort of thing. But like, you can unlock. I have access to piety? What? That's new with the new expansion. Before that, tradition, liberty, and honor were the only ones you could get. Aesthetics, commerce? They changed the social policy trees. Well, before this expansion, a cultural victory was done by getting 5... What was it? You had to completely unlock and fill out five of these trees. I think that was it. But I don't see... What are my victory conditions? Victory progress. What does it say? Domination. It's for killing things. Cultural. Oh, they did change it. Okay. Before this expansion, you had to fill out 5 of those social policy trees, like I was saying. And like up here at the top, you can see I've got 11 out of 25 until I can get my next social policy unlocked. And the more cities, before this expansion, the more cities you had, the more culture it required before you could get a new social policy. I don't know if that's the same or not, but it looks like here, you're going to be building up, like, doing cultural things and watching that spread throughout the world, and that's how you get your cultural victories. I like it. It's neat. They're doing neat stuff. Okay. The addition of religion stuff was good. Ooh, they added, what's this? Great work slots. Wait, this has to do with the cultural victory? Now I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'll just figure it out as I go. Alright, next turn. It's a terrible way to play Civ. Civ works best if you aim for a goal. I'm not doing that. Explore, my children. Where should I send them? Let's go here. That was not terribly illuminating. I've got a desert over here. Oh, one thing I like about Civ 5, which I don't remember if it was a thing up through Civ 4. Well, it wasn't in the early games. But there are some resources on the map that you can't see unless you have certain technology. Like, if you go in here, animal husbandry, that gives you the ability to see horses on the map. I could have horses here, here, and here, and just not freaking be able to see them because I don't have animal husbandry yet. One of the ones that you don't get until late in the technology tree when you have biology. Where is it? Biology in the industrial era. That allows you to see oil on the map. And oil usually comes in either just offshore or in deserts. So even though this desert would be a pain in the butt to settle right now, it could potentially be very lucrative later to do so. I'm probably not... Well, I don't know. I've got desert over here too. I'm going to explore farther up this way and see if there's a good spot. Because there's a river over here. See if there's like a good spot right here on the coast. That would be awesome. They got this wheat here too, though. And the sheep. Anyway. That's true about, clicking the last tech item and all the research being fully automated. But you don't really have any control over what you get that way. Oh, desert ended. Worker. Bamsis. Alright. No, you cannot. You can build them on the ocean. You can build work boats that, normally they just harvest fish. Like, basically, work boats for most of the game create an improvement on the only thing they can do is create an improvement on fish so that you get extra food from a sea hex. But